Peter Zhao, people see a picture of helicopters flying the ROC flag over Taipei, and I think it is straightforward patriotism. But the history behind this flag is anything but simple. Before anything, let me clarify who I am. I was born in Nanjing, in the People's Republic of China, not the ROC. I grew up under the PRC system, but I have lived in America for over 30 years. That distance changed how I look at nationalism, identity, and history. I am Chinese American and I support Taiwan's right to decide its own future. Most mainlanders would argue with me nonstop about that, but perspective comes from where you stand. And because of that perspective, I cannot look at this flag without seeing the entire messy story behind it. People love saying Taiwan has always been Chinese, but even that requires serious unpacking. The Qing ruled Taiwan, but the Qing were Manchu, not Han Chinese. Two different ethnicities entirely. Manchus conquered China during a time when China itself was a mix of empires layered on top of each other. Before the Qing, the Ming dynasty was Han ruled. But before the Ming came the Yuan dynasty. And the Yuan was literally the Mongol Empire, the largest land empire in human history. Mongolia ruled China. So when people online act like China has been one continuous Han civilization forever, they erase how many times China was conquered, reshaped, or ruled by non-Han powers. The Qing only held Taiwan because they were the empire in power at the time. Nothing about this was eternal. Then the Qing lost to Japan and Taiwan was ceded. 50 years of Japanese colonial rule followed, and that changed Taiwan forever. Some Taiwanese admire Japanese culture because the Japanese built infrastructure and modernized parts of the island. Others still carry trauma from harsh assimilation, exploitation, or memories passed down from their grandparents. That's a good expression, right? The word harsh assimilation, exploitation, or memories passed down from their grandparents, right? Others still carry traumas. Others still carry traumas from past exploitation, harsh assimilation, and terrible memories passed down from their ancestor parents, right? From their grandparents. This split is alive right now in Taiwan's politics.
아니 지금 전화를 받으시잖아요.
Jump forward to 1912. The Republic of China forms with its capital in Nanjing, my birth city. The Republic of China forms with its capital in Nanjing, my birth city. The ROC was recognized globally as the real government of China long before the PRC existed. The CCP at the time was a rebel faction. Eventually, the CCP defeats the ROC in the Civil War, and the ROC retreats to Taiwan. And the ROC insists it is still the legitimate China. But in 1971, the PRC takes China's UN seat and the entire world switches. Taiwan becomes isolated overnight. Inside Taiwan is another chapter people forget. When the ROC came to Taiwan, it did not bring democracy. It brought authoritarian rule. The 228 massacre, so February 28th, the White Terror, decades of martial law. Tens of thousands silenced, killed, imprisoned, or disappeared. That is why, to many Taiwanese, the ROC flag represents trauma, not pride. Wow, I didn't know. RR maska, RR. On top of all this, the modern PRC today emphasizes unity among 56 official ethnic groups. They talk about the harmony of all tribes and minorities. But the PRC is still overwhelmingly dominated by Han culture and Han narratives. It is a Han majority state that uses the language of multi-ethnicity while enforcing a very centralized identity. This is why PRC claims about one Chinese nation do not land the same way for people who come from different historical experiences, especially places like Taiwan. Then we reach today. The PRC threatens war if Taiwan ever declares independence. That's a good expression. I don't know. The PRC threatens war, right? Threatens war if Taiwan ever declares independence. The PRC threatens war over the ROC, yet many Taiwanese do not even feel the ROC represents them anymore. Meanwhile, the United States supports Taiwan while also supporting the One China policy. They tell Taiwan, we have your back, while also saying, but do not declare independence. How does anyone hold both positions at once without acknowledging the contradictions? This is why I always say that this picture is not what people think it is. It is not simple patriotism. It is centuries of shifting empires, different ethnic groups, ruling different eras, colonization, civil war, dictatorship, trauma, and identity evolving in different directions. Right? Every layer adds meaning. Every layer contradicts another layer. Every group remembers a different version of the same timeline. So when people look at this one image and try to reduce everything into a clean narrative, I cannot take that seriously. Taiwan's story is too complicated, too painful, too layered to be flattened into a single line. History is complicated. Identity is complicated. Taiwan is complicated. And anyone who ignores that complexity is not telling the truth. Is not telling the truth, right? Telling the truth. So, China, a harsh assimilation, painful memories passed down from their ancestors, harsh assimilation, terrible colonization, and telling the truth threatens war, right? Threatens war. So let's find out what I marked to remember. The PRC threatens war if Taiwan ever declares independence. The PRC threatens war if Taiwan ever declares independence. Others still carry trauma from harsh assimilation, exploitation, or memories passed down from their grandparents. Others still carry traumas. Others still carry trauma from harsh assimilation, exploitation, and memories passed down from their parents. All right. Yeah, only two things. The PRC threatens war if Taiwan ever declares independence. Others still carry trauma from past, from harsh assimilation, exploitation, and memories passed down from their parents. Well, that's it. Thanks for listening and have a great TGIF. Yep, let's cross the road. Yeah. Video.
Well, here I am, my last night in Korea, and I'm with my friend who's helped me greatly and who's treating me to a delicious meal of pork belly. And I'm having my first glass of soju since I've been in Korea, and it's the first snow in Seoul, so what could be better? And this is Bohead. I won my first photography award, silver prize, taking a picture of plum blossoms. So it's a happy time for me. What could be better on my last night in Korea? So here's to my friend, Park Hyun-sang, a gentleman and a scholar and an adventurer.